Today's topic is the hero's journey. It's your journey too. The hero's journey is the pattern for the journey heroes in stories go through. Joseph Campbell is famous for his book describing the hero's journey, but you will find mine varies from his as I have more experience as a novelist. He has 17 stages, while I only have 8. I think that some of his stages should not be in every story. For example, the refusal of the call. In some stories, the hero will refuse the call. In others, he will eagerly accept it. Supernatural aid is not for every story either. Some heroes get some power to aid them, but some are heroic because they are normal people standing against the evil. Campbell's path can make a very good story. I'm not knocking it, but it is limiting with so many specifics. And as an author who has written currently 55 novels and 27 younger reader books, I've developed my own version that has the flexibility to fit any stories, as I use only necessary steps. I'm going to take you through my version of the hero's journey and point out how this isn't just applicable to the protagonist of your story, it's applicable to your life too, as your life is a hero's journey with you as the hero. The hero's journey starts with normal life, but his normal life is interrupted by a call to action. Sometimes the hero eagerly accepts the call and willingly goes on the adventure, but at times he is reluctant and only goes on the journey through necessity. Sometimes it's a combination of both. For example, the hero could willingly be becoming an adventurer trained to fight demonic beast, or willingly become a time cop or war mage. He may think his normal life isn't fulfilling enough and want more. He could want to be a hero. He could be forced into adventure by having his village destroyed, by someone he cares about being in trouble, or many other ways. Or he could have a combination of willingness and reluctance. For example, maybe the person willingly chose to work for a department that deals with fairy realms that are kept secret from our society, but been unwillingly sucked into one. Likewise, in our lives, we go through the hero's cycle many times, so we receive many calls to action. Maybe it's going to college, or getting married, or having to endure a great hardship. We are called to action in many ways in life, sometimes willing and sometimes not. At the point the hero's adventure starts, everything changes, and instead of his normal world, he moves into a world of adventure, into the unknown, just as we often must deal with unknown situations and are pushed out of our comfort zone. I am doing that right now. It is a terrifying adventure for me to start this channel and try to get my books out and known, as writing has just been a hobby for me that I enjoy with my family. But due to some personal needs, I'm facing my fear of rejection and moving on into this adventure, which I hope you'll support me in. As the adventure unfolds, the hero will face many obstacles. He'll have tests he must get through, and he'll make allies, but he'll make enemies too, just as we go through tests and have people who support us and those who don't. When writing, the intensity of the book must rise throughout the book until the climax. This means that the stakes must rise for the hero. After all, if there is not much on the line, the hero really isn't overcoming much or achieving great heroism. Trials are necessary to make a hero. If a man sits at home with no troubles singing Kumbaya, that's not something to write a novel about. I used to direct original musical comedies with a troupe I called Showtime Performers. I one time had a parent ask me why I had to have violence or arguments or such, and why I didn't just do shows about people getting along. I explained to her that that makes a very level, boring show. There has to be conflict to overcome to have a drama curve, which means the intensity must rise through the climax and to make the protagonist heroic. To develop the character and to make him a true hero, he must go through extreme trials with high stakes. The hero must go through his refiner's fire. Likewise, in life, we must go through trials and hardships, as our trials strengthen us so we can have what it takes to be heroes in our daily lives. Where the hero must go through his refiner's fire, we must go through ours. The fire of trials can get very hot. So there comes a point in the story, before the climax, where the hero goes through his death. This is figurative, not literal. It means that he hits his breaking point, where he thinks all looks hopeless and impossible, and there is no way he can succeed. I'm sure this is a feeling most people know. I know I do. I've had many heroes' deaths in my life, but when you are going through a very hard trial, remember that your story isn't over yet, and our figurative death can be followed by a rebirth if we don't give up. In a story, the death is followed by the rebirth, where the hero finds a way to overcome his fear, puts himself back together, and moves on to the final battle with determination and strength from the trial. You can too. Even when life seems hard or even impossible, don't give up hope. Whether the hero goes into the final battle with confidence or still thinking it's impossible but moving forward with courage, he fights the final battle and comes out victoriously. Keep going through your trials, and you can too. The triumph is where the hero wins and can go back to his normal life if the story isn't a tragedy. But he won't step out of the world of adventure and into his normal life without change. He will have learned and grown. He'll have become a strong hero. Thus, he doesn't just return, he returns with honor. Likewise, when we overcome trials, we become stronger and change. Thus, life goes back to normal, but the hero does not go back to how he was. He remains changed. Our entire lives are hero's journeys, and there are many cycles of the hero's journey within that hero's journey. Even though our journey may be hard, if we endure it well, then someday we can return with honor to our Lord and hear, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." If you want to write, keep the hero's journey in mind. If you don't want to write, it's still a good cycle to know, as you'll see it over and over in your life. As you go on your journey, find your hero within yourself and let your trials strengthen you and make you a hero or heroine, and keep up hope. Thanks for watching. Look for more videos by me on advice for writing and life. Until then, good luck on your journey, and please like, subscribe, and comment. I sure could use some encouragement in the comments on my journey here into the unknown world of sharing my passion for writing and the miracles stories can bring about in people's lives.